Alright, so when we left off last time, you all decided to head to House Sapwood, if I recall. And y'all had successfully managed to rout some protesters. Despite the fact that I realized in retrospect the GM was kind of hesitant. There we go. To acquiesce your action. That's beside the point. So before you guys arrive to Sapwood, is there anything in particular you wish to do?
I suppose. What's their name? So the No's little house thing is still in mourning, or whatever it is. The guild.
It's still the same day.
Yeah. So
It's
still no.
Where are we heading to Sapwood? Like immediately?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. If you guys are heading to Sapwood immediately,
We probably are.
Where we left off. Pretty sure.
Unless I can get my magic item, of course. My little vicious weapon.
And as a frame of reference, it is currently in the evening.
Yay!
The sun will be setting not too long from now. And yes, the house is still in mourning is because, as I mentioned, that event happened earlier today.
Yep.
Even though it's been quite a while, IRL.
What are you talking about?
All right. So, like I said, is there anything you guys want to do before you head on
Catch
over?
up to the party.
I'm good.
Can't think of anything.
And catching up to the party sometime in the far future.
Seems like.
Well, again, for convenience sake, we'll say that you managed to catch up to them. You all somehow arrived at the same place at the same time. Hooray!
Oh, but first I save my game.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to a dangerous place. We might as well save.
Hit F5.
Yeah.
Constantly hit F5. That didn't look like House Sapling.
Yep. You even got a slight loading screen to go with.
Yep.
Was the loading message, hey guys,
will be
remember to vote?
arriving. There we go. You guys will be arriving up in the corner. There we go. That's not the corner specified, but whatever. That works.
Oh, I didn't. What corner was specified?
Yeah,
No?
we don't see anything specified.
Yeah, I just put mine next to Corvine.
Wait,
I just
can
put
you
mine
guys
down
not
in
see
a
the map?
Well, we
Oh,
can see
the
the
li-
map.
Oh, okay.
It might be on the wrong layer.
We
that
see
players
that
can't
there's
see.
like damaged walls and
I see. Yeah, I see one roof and two
Oh,
blasted
okay, yeah,
holes.
that's why. Because I drew a shape.
yeah, we don't see that shape.
Yeah, I realized it was because it was on the animation.
So okay.
There we go. Okay. Oh
Looks
no.
like you tried a few times.
Oh no.
Ah,
Oh well.
You dragged something.
earthquake.
Too many objects. Ignore the black squares. Those are an accident. Well, it's two of the four party members attending the session.
Yeah, where's Dandy?
We need Serica, we need Dandy.
You don't say.
I mean,
Sorry.
it's I. Although presumably Serica is along as well. And Snowflake.
Makes sense.
Midnight?
Yeah. What?
Are you guys in roll 20?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
place your
Well,
Yeah. Oh, I need to put.
Oh, you
put
want
them
me
there
to
myself.
place my character in?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Truth be told, I don't know if it'll be 100% strictly speaking necessary, but
Let's see. Well, since we're in a part of town where there's not going to be a lot of foot traffic, special guest appearance by Snack. Hooray.
Wherever I am. Let's just say I caught up.
That is what we said.
no, that's a cool.
Okay.
All right.
Let's just say I'm listening.
All right. As you guys arrive, as you guys head over to where House Sapwood was once located, House Sapwood is connected essentially to what passes as a waterfront. That particular district of the city is middle class would be, if middle class existed as a concept, this is more or less where they would be, with the actual waterfront itself being a bit on the rough side. And House Sapwood, like the other houses, has two great big walls on either side of it. Although what once was a front wall blocking it off from the rest of the city has been completely destroyed. And inside you see nothing but ruins. Houses that have been torn down, scorch marks, burns everywhere. If you're best but use that image I posted as the wallpaper, right? That image is a pretty
He said
close
yes.
that image is a pretty close approximation, but you'll see a tower that is standing there that is not actually there. It's just all crumbling ruins. However, you do notice what appears to be a small hut in the ruins, nestled in one of the buildings of the ruins, right over here. I have to switch what layer I'm on.
Crash to it.
And then below it, you'll see what appears to be two large holes in the ground, as if something was there and, well, isn't anymore.
Corvine, where are you going?
Rushed up to the hut.
And yeah, the rest of the rain is a mixture of snow, ice, some greenery here and there. House Sapwood, when you arrive, is pretty much what you see. It's patchy grass, poorly maintained. You think you might see some vines struggling to grow in the cold here and there, but this is mostly what you see.
Wait, so there's no snow whatsoever?
What?
There's no snow?
It appears to be oddly devoid of snow.
How unsettling.
Oh no! Nature magics.
Oh no.
We can't trust them.
The magics.
You also notice as you make your way over here that the immediate area around Sapwood is usually wherever you go in the city. There's a bit of hustle bustle. There's a few people you can see here and there. As you get closer and closer to House Sapwood, people thinning out, and then right before the entrance thereof, no one here.
Okay, so hunt entrance.
And yeah, it's suffice to say that you guys know that this place has a reputation with the local folks as
Well, yes.
bad juju.
Okay, but
especially-
entrance to hut.
and the entrance to the hut is right here. And as you guys
where?
approach, right? Let me change my color. How do
Get on the right layer, Rosie.
Mark.
let's see what's good color.
Uh,
There we go. That sticks out.
It doesn't stick out when it's invisible.
You need to be on the token
yeah, it's
layer.
visible.
Token layer.
Oh, see, you are great at this.
Well, the
Hey.
problem is the problem.
I saw something.
The ground moved.
I saw
It's an
something-
Yes.
earthquake.
That's
No,
why.
it's actually a floor mimic.
Well, the problem is this whole map is a series of small tiles.
Yeah.
On
I
the
understand why.
the object, they should be all on the map, which I didn't do for some reason. They're all on the object and tokens layer. So
Lovely.
if I'm on that layer, I'll accidentally select them and then start moving them.
Well, see, the trick with that is you can select all of them and then right-click and change layer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but it's too late. Anyways,
I mean, I'm explaining that it's not too late, but okay.
Too late.
Carry on.
Too late to apologize.
too late.
That's true.
Well, as it is,
If streamer mode is on, that won't be heard.
If I don't think Pizza can hear you.
Yeah, that's the inherent problem that we're having. Ah,
Right.
earthquake yet.
Shoot.
I can't even select you guys, even if I wanted to.
Anyway,
Oh, the seams are showing.
so I enter the hut.
Thank you.
Well, as you guys approach the hut, you actually see. There we go. Okay. You actually see someone come out. Essentially, the best way to describe it is you see coming out of the hut.
It's obviously a moose, right?
An ice moose.
Here we are. All right. It is essentially the reindeer equivalent of this. I
No.
posted a picture in Discord.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So she appears to be disheveled. Her eyes are slightly off kilter. She's missing one of her antlers. Another one appears to be, beaten up and scarred. Her coat is a bit shaggy and untrimmed. The hut appears to be relatively.
Please excuse me,
Unkept.
my computer shut off. What happened?
Oh,
there's a
crazy cat lady
cat
walk
here.
up.
Pretty much. As you guys approach the hut, a crazy cat
Crazy sprite dough.
reindeer, I guess. Except there aren't any cats. It's just she's clearly a little disheveled. Has come storming out of the hut and says, "What? Who are you? What do you want? You're not supposed to be here. This place is forbidden. Get out!"
No.
Who are you?
I am more forbidden than you.
Who are you? Why are you here? Go away.
We're here to look for what caused a lot of people to get hurt.
A lot of
We
what?
suspect it's something to do with the ruins of
No
that.
accent.
What do you know about this?
She casts a crazy glance at Dandy. I know there are things around here you shouldn't be poking into.
Well, if we shouldn't be poking into that, that gives us just more reason to poke into them.
Look, who are you?
We're investigating the fall of house. What was the house that fall? Snowdawn?
Sackwood.
No, the one that just was
Oh, Winterfrost.
Winterfrost.
Hey,
We're here investigating just what happened that day.
We're
You
here
know what I
on
mean.
behalf of the late Duke Winterfrost.
And to clarify, not last session, but the session before, there was a great big red flash, and Gear
From
went
Sapwood.
to inform they believe the red flash originated from Sapwood.
I don't keep track of things.
Oh, I do.
This is
So,
why I'm reiterating.
Yes.
So, we're here because whatever is here poked into our business.
Well, I'll have you know that it's my job to keep troublesome children from poking their nose to where it shouldn't be. So unless you're here on official business, I think you need to leave.
We are.
Who sent you?
Indeed.
Who sent you?
Side steps forward.
I
Here.
know you.
That would be that I step in. This is House Bar business. And I am a representative of House Bar.
Let me see
You
it.
see,
She runs into the hut.
oh,
You feel a small surge of magic in the air. Those of you who are one with magic.
Oh, so okay.
For
you
those who
actually-
are what with magic, born with it?
one with magic.
yeah,
Well,
one with magic.
that's
Um,
kind of me.
I take it you take a poke in.
I guess Arcane Trickster counts.
So does Beanbird.
Do you poke into the hut, see what she's doing?
Yes.
You see her run. You see her run in, and it's a pretty messy fair in there. And she starts digging through what looks like a refuse pile, and pulls out what appears to be a small book. And she sort of flips through it quickly, comes to a
Gross.
page that has the symbol of House Bond, and she puts her hoof on it for a minute. And she seems oblivious to your guys' presence. It glows for a brief moment, and you see her mouth, but no words come out. And after a second, she pulls her hoof off and slams the book, and turns around. And, to her great surprise, sees you in her hut. In fact, as she turns around, what are you? Get out of my house! Get, go!
Sorry. You just stopped talking in the middle. We'll exit.
I did?
Yes. You were talking to us.
Oh. Who are you?
Corvine.
Right. Yes, the awkward silence is canon.
So,
Oh, right. Yes. So, yeah. Apparently, you hooligans are here on official business.
very much
What do
so.
you want?
We wish to investigate the best way to describe it is the magic in the area.
I mean, you're free to look around. There's not a lot to see. Oh.
Look, there sort of feels like magic in the area.
I can feel it too.
Someone give me an insight check.
Okay.
I will. I'll give you inspiration.
I forget what's the inspiration do.
Add that.
Okay. So 26.
Yeah, she's definitely not saying the whole story. She knows something.
Okay, then is there anything specific or no that I pick up on?
Oh, that's what you meant. Just that she's concealing something when she said there's not much to see here.
Okay. Well, I don't believe you.
Look around. Look, there's some crumbling rocks. There's some vines. Well, over there you'll see a hole, a nice hole. Yes.
If I were to guess, there's a crypt under here, isn't there?
A what?
A crypt. A tomb.
If there's, I don't know about it.
A place to hide secrets.
If any of y'all want to make some persuasion or insight checks during this exchange, feel free to do so.
Yeah, it's likely gonna happen.
And speaking of which,
Look,
Baiguang, is there anything you're doing in particular during all of this?
Let's see. For the moment, mostly just listening in.
look, if you don't tell us anything, then we can't really help you.
No. Let me rephrase that.
Persuasion.
If you don't tell us, I will have to make you tell us by force.
That sounds like intimidation.
Yeah, and I'm gonna roll it.
Good job.
All right, what was the last part? of that threat?
She said, no. If you don't tell us, I'm gonna have to make you tell us by force.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and I said that if you don't tell us, then we can't help you.
Gotcha. Okay.
So she chimed in on that.
When Corvine says that, she sort of shuffles her hooves just a little bit, and then Sai comes in and says that, and her eyes widen with fear, and she kind of says like, no, not necessary. It's okay. I look. All I saw, look, it was a couple days ago. I saw some. It was dark. It was at night. I don't know exactly what it was. I just saw movement, and I'm pretty sure I saw some digging or something. I don't know. And then when the morning came, I didn't see anything. There was no overturned earth or anything. I don't know. I just. And then of course there's the great big red flash thing that happened too. And please don't hurt me.
Corvin narrows her eyes. What about the flash?
Well, see, I'm just double checking my note. Okay.
Suspense dies.
Well,
That flash killed one of our friends. If you don't talk about it, then
I had nothing.
he doesn't finish.
Look, all I know is I think it happened right outside of my house. I think, because all of a sudden, I swear I thought I heard this screaming, and then all of a sudden, I swear everything was completely red. I couldn't see anything. It was all completely red. Like I couldn't see my hoof in front of my face. It was just red.
What kind of scream? Man or woman? Or male or female?
Both, I think.
Were there multiple screams? Multiple people, perhaps? Or was it a single person?
I mean, I want to say no more than 2 or 3. It's hard because not only was everything red, but suddenly my head it just I don't know why I just felt nothing but pain and horror, and I felt like I was suddenly aware of how delicious I was.
Oh.
While they're talking, Baiguang is going to check the area with his divine sense,
All right.
which, aside from like particularly good or evil creatures, would also reveal any hallowed or unhallowed areas or items.
Gotcha. So you're using the paladin feature.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you information in a second.
Okay.
Because you definitely picked something up.
Okay, excellent. Carry on.
Nice call.
I'm sorry. That's why I don't know exactly how many there were. I was just all of a sudden I was a little distracted by realizing just how very tasty I would be.
Look, we get it. We know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, do you feel that way too?
No, this feeling just isn't, well, this feeling's been forced on us before.
Oh,
I may feel that way.
Corvin, don't put it like that, Corvine.
Yes, I can control it.
what are you talking about?
Nothing important.
Yes, let's move on. There's probably some things, better to talk about.
Oh, if it helps, I saw them. I think I saw the figures, if that's what they were, just outside the hut, somewhere between my little hut and the hole over there. Oh, by the way, those used to be trees. Used to be. The nobles didn't leave much when they burned this place to the ground.
Hmm.
All right.
One more thing.
Yes.
Can you refresh me on why this place was burned to the ground again?
I remember that day. I remember there were rumors leading up to it. Lived just outside, not too far from the waterfront. I remember the days leading up to it. There were rumors. The other houses were preparing to march, and Sabwood had become reclusive. Didn't really talk to anybody, do anything. They just sort of minded their business. But I remember there were rumors and whispers of evil, unspeakable things. And I remember the marching. They're shouting and screaming. I rushed over here to see what was going on, and they had guards trying to prevent people from coming in. I remember that. But I got on top of a building, and I remember seeing spells blasting great big holes in the walls. I remember all the troops climbing up and over them and going in. And I remember the sounds and everything, and it was so dark. I think I remember something. I think I remember seeing something with legs.
How many?
I lost count. I think it was big. I remember that. And I remember it. Oh, Prophet! She drops to the ground and clutches her head. Hi. The memories are coming back. I remember. It grabbed someone. And it bit them. It bit them and it bit them and it bit them and it bit them.
Breathe.
And
Breathe.
I remember there's another one. There's more biting. No, another victim. Another one. I don't remember. I remember.
I grab her shoulders and say, breathe, breathe. Calm down.
Give me a persuasion or medicine check, please.
Uh,
All right. It takes a moment or two, but she does eventually calm down. I don't.
Sorry about that.
I remember seeing that, and suddenly you're screaming and running. I didn't see much after that. And when the morning came, there was nothing but a smoking ruin left. Pretty much, what you see now is what was left.
So you said you saw some sort of monster?
And their eyes. I'll never forget their eyes.
Eyes. Multiple legs.
Of the soldiers.
Oh.
the morning after, I remember seeing their eyes. They'd seen something.
Something like were they menacing? Were they
Broken.
like just blank, broken, like unfeeling?
They just stared. Almost as if they didn't want to be home. As if something had happened. They were trying not to be here.
He's intrigued, but he holds up a hoof. I'm sorry for you know making you recall this. I think I've heard enough.
She just sort of stares, her expression even more a little unhinged, sort of off into space.
Well, then I give her a hug.
Give me a hug check.
Okay. I'll use my strength.
Bear.
We'll say you're proficient in hug.
10.
I will give you guidance on your hugging.
Yeah, you're proficient. You said you're proficient. Do it again.
Yes.
13 hug check.
It is a perfectly serviceable.
Just to calm her down, bring her back to reality, as Eminem would say.
Yes, and her eyes sort of refocus, and she looks up. Get out of my hut. Go, get out.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. And he goes off.
At
Wait.
Corvine's apology, she simply casts a glance at Corvine, and then turns around and begins fiddling with something in the refuse pile.
One more thing. I'll be back here if I can after we're done. Would you wish someone to help you clean this place?
She sort of stops, turns around, like, what's wrong with it? It's fine. It's my home.
Sorry, I'm just used to more tidy places. Not to be rude.
Oh,
It may be best to leave it
Yeah,
as it is.
you're one of them merchants, aren't you? Using your fancy homes and your clean floors and your hoity-toity servants. Is that what it is?
No, I
Yes.
was.
Those commoners, are we beneath you? Filth and refuse to litter the floor?
She bows down. I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
Look, we'll be on our way now.
Say reaches for the door and closes it herself.
Really. This will be fine as it is.
All right, Corvine, were you inside the hut, aka did I close you inside, or were you?
So midnight. What was your goal there?
To leave.
To end the conversation, I suspect.
Yeah, and to end the conversation.
Okay. So Corvine would have been inside, but if you told her anything about leaving, then she would have followed you.
This I did not know.
All right, so we'll go ahead and say, after she says all that, she's like, "Get out! Go! I have my own things to attend to."
Okay. Then yeah, I'll leave.
All right, Wagwan,
Yes.
your magic sensing sticks of juju pick up something.
Oh, do tell.
Let's see here. What is the actual thingamajigger? Excellent, you've linked it. Celestial Fiend or Undead?
Or the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
Gotcha. Honestly, you're awfully quiet. Let me turn you up real quick.
You are very quiet. You know, you're like it's like a whisper.
I should do it. Say
Yeah.
something real quick. Just to test the volume.
Something real quick.
All right, perfect. All right. 12 squares. That's a pretty good chunk. All right. So
Also known as 60 pup lengths.
there's this.
Excellent.
So here, the first thing that strikes you is the air. You don't feel anything particularly. Well, the whole area has a very, very small ambient sense of desecration. It's almost gone. However, beneath you, almost directly beneath your hooves, and expanding east and west, but more west than east, is a powerful sense of desecration. It's a decent distance down, but it's there. And it registers on your senses so strong that it's like stepping into a pile of like roadkill.
Oh no.
In addition to this, you can sense
Sorry, continue.
you can sense this. You can sense undead, but since undead don't exist in Foenum, you sense the equivalent thereof, which would be predator scouts ish.
So there are predator scouts present nearby ish.
It feels the same as a predator scout.
Fair enough.
Now, whether it is a predator scout or not is another question. But it's definitely the same sort of feeling, and you feel it some decent distance down.
Okay, so somewhere below us.
Correct.
Okay, and I missed a little bit of the beginning of that because I was trying to fiddle with an aura to get an idea how far 12 squares was. Were you saying there was anything I felt up on the surface, or is it just down below us?
Yes, you felt a very weak sense of desecration in the air.
Just all
It's-
over.
Yeah, it's very weak, very faint. It's kind of like it's barely there. You can still pick it up, but it's like if you had a Geiger counter, it would be hardly making a sound. Like it's technically there, but basically gone.
The needle's barely moving.
Pretty much. And it isn't until you get some distance down when all of a sudden it just spikes out of nowhere.
Okay. So I presume by now the others are done with their conversation when I'm feeling this. So I turn around. It looks like Corvine is the nearest, so I am facing to Corvine.
Well, technically speaking, you would have picked all this up in a matter of seconds, but we'll say that if it's all right with you, we'll say that you concentrated for several moments.
Unconsenting pillow.
Oh, at least that pillow is always going to be warm.
It's always gonna be on fire.
All right, so yeah, we'll say that the scene in the hut has ended around the same time Baiguang has finished his vacation.
I pinged
That's okay with you, Dars.
the area like a sonar. Evil sonar.
Bing.
Yes, that's an evil song. Because you're evil.
Hey now. None of that. Perfect. But yeah, so
Alright, well,
Baiguang regards
you-
his companions that are now surrounding him, apparently. I've checked the area similar, or in the same way I did at the ruins. I think without even doing that, I think we can all tell that the entire area has a sense of desecration about it. But somewhere deep below us, I feel a presence similar to those shadowy predators that we fought at the ruins.
Instantly, Sai starts looking for a way down.
There's a
And
hole
I
in
am
here?
going to roll perception for that.
Go right ahead.
I will roll investigation.
Wow, even with alien thing.
Give me that guidance.
For the sake of expediency, is there a specific area you guys wish to search, or do you wish to search essentially the entire?
Oh,
I search right here.
I
Yeah,
just
I'm
want to
gonna
look under every single tiny little pebble.
I'm gonna be
Alright.
searching these holes.
Then
One
Saya,
blanket.
give me 3 investigation checks.
Counting the one I just did. Oh wait, investigation, right?
Correct, because you're searching micro, whereas perception's macro.
Can I also do that?
Well, you're searching something specific. Saya is doing this.
Well,
So as a result, I'm having her roll 3 times, and then I'm looking at it and determining what success or failure she gets from it. She rolled high. For those of you investigating that tree, this hole here, give me an investigation check plus any guidance, inspirations, whatever you want to use.
So that perception doesn't count at all.
I got a 16.
Yes, this is more an investigation than perception.
I got a 16 on the spot.
Yeah, I just won't participate.
Yeah.
Baiguang is going to check the other one with Sai Hong's help.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
21.
Okay. So at the end, after a bit of looking around, Dandy, you find that this hole actually goes pretty deep. Like, if there was a tree here, this tree was huge, and they ripped the whole thing out by its roots. So it goes down pretty deep, and you discover as you go in, the soil is surprisingly soft. You don't see any indication that there was, say, a secret passage under here, or you don't necessarily find anything particularly amiss.
Is it softer than my poof?
I would assume not, or you'd probably you'd probably be sinking into it. But it is pretty soft. Digging it would be a simple matter.
Yeah. I found I found a pretty deep hole. Doesn't seem to go anywhere, but the soil's probably soft enough to dig through.
Baiguang, you come to a similar conclusion. Although your soil appears to be a bit, well, you don't know this, but your soil appears to be of a fairly normal consistency for rain underneath. You know, somewhat firm, slightly clay-like, so on and so forth.
I see.
And Saye,
Looking everywhere.
you are looking everywhere, and I'll have to give you your information in a moment because you're taking a lot more time than the other two. So, in reaction to Dandy's Baiguang, do you say anything to the group?
Doesn't seem to be anything over here.
Right, and Dandy, what did you say again?
The soil seems to be it would seem easy for a creature to dig through here.
One moment. Alright. I was being told dinner is ready.
Go get the pizza.
I wish it was pizza. It's hamburgers.
Is it steamed hams?
But we need our
Yes.
pizza.
Steamed hams.
Is it spaghetti?
I wouldn't mind if it was. But anyways,
Anyway, I say a creature built for it could probably dig through here very easily. In fact, a creature not built through it built for it can probably dig through here easily too. I wonder if there's something under here.
Sae is busy
This is
investigating.
looking-
So, do Corbine or Baiguang have a reaction to this?
Just that it sounds more promising than what I found, so I come over to take a look.
All right.
I channel my inner Lucas and dig around a bit.
All right. Give me.
Do you stamp on the ground?
Are you digging fast or slow?
Slow, but I'm.
All right. Then give me a Constitution ability. And
Baiguang, help! Damn.
Well, I was going to say take advantage if I'm helping.
Oh, whoops.
well, go right ahead. You rolled once. Hopefully the second one won't be a 2.
There we go.
All right.
There you
Language
go.
was finally slapped on video.
26.
And
Isn't it you?
I regret to inform you, Corvine is not what you're looking for.
I'm looking for predators. I found one already.
Then in that case, congratulations. You found all right, you begin digging. You begin digging quite successfully. Sai, after a thorough investigation, the two of them are digging over there. Come to realize something. There are hoof prints. They are a few days old, coming in from the direction you guys, and they appear to lead to the hole that Dandy and Baiguang have gotten into. And the trail, presuming you follow it, leads you to conclude that whoever was here dug through this hole and then took great pains to cover their tracks.
You can bet I followed it. That's my excuse for not saying anything until now.
Not
By the
much
time you
pains,
arrive, you've noticed the two of them have begun digging down with relative ease. And, Corbine, is there anything you're doing that's particular?
Not really.
Okay.
Can't really do anything.
They hit something under there.
Baiguang asks the group at large, do any of us have a shovel?
I use my face as a shovel.
Cute face.
I do it the barbarian way, which is headbutt the dirt. Until it
Never-
crumbles
never-
under my mind.
Wait,
Alright,
didn't Amber have a shovel actually?
Oh shoot! Yes.
Well, we gotta get pizza now.
Cardboard Amber hands us a shovel.
Give us a sec.
I think, I mean, we can ask her if she's got a shovel.
Yeah, because
I could use Mage Up to dig.
I think it was one of those things asked.
You gotta send your ice sprites to do it.
Yeah, you know what? Heck of that. I'm gonna use Mage Hoof to dig a bit.
I guess
Alpha woodpecker.
I guess I will too then.
what are you doing?
I'm using Mage Hoof to start digging.
And you said you're doing that as well, Cor?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I
And
would
she
have
is
my
not digging slowly.
I would have my unseen servant help, but I would have to stop and cast it for 10 minutes, so that would be counterproductive.
All right. So with the entire group digging, I think Pizza has gone AFK.
Okay.
Um,
Of course, they can't even see the Mage Hoof dig, which is great.
There's just some of the dirt is moving on its own.
Some of the dirt is being frozen and moved.
No, it's invisible.
frozen
Yes.
chunks of dirt.
That's. I wasn't talking about yours.
Ah,
Yes, that is a thing that Corvine does.
shit, why did I think of that? We both should have just been freezing this whole thing and shattering it.
All right, and after a while, you dig down, and you discover you eventually discover what appears to be, well, stonework. After you dig down deep enough.
I headbutt it.
Okay. Who's standing? Who's at the bottom of? Who's at the bottom of the pit?
Corvette's
Probably
probably.
me.
Better question. Who isn't at the bottom of the pit?
Corvette's probably at the top, since Mage Hand works pretty far out, if I recall.
Fair
And I
enough.
would assume Sae as well is up at the top.
No, Sai is going to be as far at the bottom as possible, even if she's using Mage Hoof.
Fair enough.
All right.
Bagwong is probably down in there as well.
Then, in that case, when you hit the stonework, Dandy headbutts it, and some of the ground just crumbles beneath you guys.
Well,